I know. I am way late on this show. Guys, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel season 3 dropped on Amazon Prime almost 3 months ago. It was only 10 episodes long, and for those of you who don't know the premise of the show, it's really quite simple. It's about a housewife in the 1960s who decides to become a stand up comedian. This is a TV show that has a slew of actors and actresses that have done many comedy bits, both past and actually present. And it's a show that I was very much so looking forward to the third season, but I can't lie. My girlfriend and myself, we did take our time with this third season, and I'll get into that in a minute. But first and foremost, I want to say that, per usual, this movie has an incredible production design, costume design, and makeup. All that is really, truly incredible. The cinematography is also really good. I liked how the third season really was effective in terms of this because the camera was always moving. It really had a sense of urgency, and I really dug that. The acting is also fine. I really think that it was really effective with what it was going for. And in terms of technical aspects, like other ones I haven't mentioned, like sound mixing, I think that works too. Attention to detail also is pretty good for the most part. But I can't lie, and my rating's not fully going to reflect this, but I was kind of underwhelmed by season 3. One of the reasons why it took me so long to watch this was because it was a show that, again, my girlfriend and myself, we watched together. And in the past, I've watched the first 2 seasons, honestly, by myself, and I would binge watch them. But watching with her, we would take our time with it, which is fine. But when I was taking my time with it, I started noticing that, and it's my biggest problem with TV shows sometimes, at least the ones that, in terms of like the binge watching shows, is that it kind of is falling into tropes. And I'm not saying like tropes of TV, I'm saying tropes of that show. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's usually a TV show where it's like they start to follow a formula, and when they start to follow a formula, it becomes kind of noticeable. Silicon Valley, I think, is one of the most noticeable examples of that, where I started picking up on the fact that it's very formulaic and not really adding anything new to the pot. And I'm noticing that now too with Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Season 3, it tried some things that I thought was pretty ballsy, especially given the time period with what it's supposed to be taking place. But for the most part, it does follow a lot of the same beats as the other 2 seasons. A lot of the characters end up being in places where you've already seen them before or something similar. And I think it's kind of frustrating, honestly, because I think that the show started out as something that was really unique and unpredictable. But it's kind of unfortunate that the third season was kind of predictable and safe in a lot of regards. Also, the humor. The third season really wasn't that funny. It had its moments for sure, but for the most part, it was kind of just frustrating with some of the things that characters did. Where it was like, really, are you serious? And that's just it. It's a show in terms of its third season where I feel like the way I'm feeling about this third season is the way a lot of people feel about Game of Thrones season 8, where it's a beautiful show, but there's issues with the characters and stories. That was my personal thoughts on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel season 3. I have some issues with it for sure, but I still respect it. I still think it's a rock solid show, and I'm excited for season 4. I just hope that season 4 doesn't follow into the Mrs. Maisel formula. I hope that it branches out and tries something a little bit different, and also ramps up the humor because I really do feel as though this third season tried to do that, but I thought it fell on its face. Some of the moments worked, most of it didn't, but nonetheless, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. With doing all my calculations, I personally, I'll be giving the third season a 3.75 out of 5-star rating, which gets a Texas Pete hot sauce rating. So, rock solid third season, but just not great the way that the first and second season were, in my opinion. But guys, what did you think about Marvelous Mrs. Maisel season 3? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, don't forget subscription, notification bell. Catch you guys later.